America's Pop Culture Trivia Show.
Check it out.
America's Pop Culture Trivia Show. With Joe Parisi.
Welcome to episode 189 of America's Pop Culture Trivia Show. My name is Joe Parisi. I am the host of this program, and on this show, we remind ourselves of all these fun little things from our past, from the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Songs you completely forgot about, toys you forgot existed, and so on and so on. And it's all done in a fun little trivia show format. So there's going to be 3 quick rounds of pop culture trivia, 7 questions per round, and just 5 seconds between questions for you to think of the answers. At the end of every round, I will tell you what all the answers were so you can keep track of your scores. Round 1 is kind of a miscellaneous round. Then we'll do music for round 2, movies for round 3 today. I'm glad you're here. Good luck. Now let's play.
Round 1.
Okay, this is a mixed round. Round number 1. Question 1. What actress played the character Valerie Malone on Beverly Hills 90210? This character debuted in 1994 during the show's 5th season. Name the actress. Question 2. The Fan Man incident occurred on November 6th, 1993 at Caesar's Palace when, during a large-scale professional boxing match that was being held outdoors, a man operating a paramotor or powered paraglider flew from the sky into the boxing ring, crashing into the ropes during the 7th round of the main event. That fight was between Evander Holyfield and who? Question 3. A brand of breath mints that debuted in 1956. The classic mints were disc-shaped without the hole in the middle and sold in a roll package similar to Lifesavers. Although classified as mints, they contained no oils of any mint plant, but instead, as advertised, they contained something called retsin. Name the mint. Question number 4, true or false? So basically, is this too ridiculous to be true, or did this actually happen? So true or false? In the early 90s, McDonald's offered a special burger in honor of Michael Jordan called the McJordan. Is that true or false? Question 5. A 2016 augmented reality mobile game, part of the Pokemon franchise that uses mobile device GPS to locate, capture, train, and battle virtual Pokemon. What is the name of this game? Question 6. An animated series about the adventures of crime-fighting half-man, half-sharks. It originally aired from 1994 to 1997. The show promoted a line of action figures by Mattel. Name this show and toy. Question 7. A soft drink brand produced by PepsiCo, introduced in 1995, known as the first energy drink ever introduced by a major U.S. beverage company. It was marketed as a high-energy drink with guarana and caffeine. The slogan was "Better do the good stuff now." The drink would be discontinued in 1999. What was the name of this drink? That's going to do it for round number 1. Time to check your answers. Question 1. What actress played the character Valerie Malone on Beverly Hills 90210? The character debuted in 1994 during the show's 5th season. Name the actress. Tiffany Amber Thiessen. She really had things fall into place because it was like right as Saved by the Bell, the college years wrapped up in 94. She lands a spot as a main cast member on 90210 because Shannon Doherty was on the outs. Question 2. The Fan Man incident occurred November 6th, 1993 at Caesars Palace when during a large-scale professional boxing match that was being held outdoors, a man operating a paramotor or powered paraglider flew from the sky into the boxing ring, crashing into the ropes during the 7th round of the main event. That fight was between Evander Holyfield and who? Riddick Bowe. This was the famous Bowe Holyfield Part 2. So as the guy came down, he intended to do this. He did this type of thing several times. Like the strings that went between him and kind of the wing or the parachute part above him got caught up in the rigging for the lights that were up high above the ring, and he kind of got caught. He was dangling. Then people ringside, fighter entourages, security, whoever, they just like pulled this guy to the ground and beat him senseless. The guy later said in an interview, it was weird that this was a heavyweight fight and I was the only one that got knocked out. He literally got beat unconscious ringside, and I believe he was arrested, but he got off with a fine. Like, he didn't do jail time for it. You'd think that would have been kind of a bigger deal legally, but I don't know. Don't do it. Question 3, a brand of breath mints that debuted in 1956. The classic mints were disc-shaped without the hole in the middle, and they were sold in a roll package similar to Lifesavers. Although classified as mints, they contained no oils of any mint plant, but instead, as advertised, they contained something called retsin, R-E-T-S-Y-N. Retsin, does that ring a bell? What is the name of this mint? Certs. Everybody knows certs. Junior high, high school certs were a staple. Always had certs in my car console or in my pocket. Well, they were discontinued in 2018, and it seems to be the reason they were discontinued. Hydrogenated cottonseed oil, which these things contained, is no longer allowed in foods here in the United States. So when that ban went into place, they stopped producing certs. So I guess it was kind of like a deal breaker for certs. I don't know. But I really had no idea they were gone. Question 4, true or false? In the early 90s, McDonald's offered a special burger in honor of Michael Jordan called the McJordan. Is that true or false? That is absolutely true. It was basically a quarter pounder with cheese with barbecue sauce and a piece of round bacon. They tested this in Chicago. After positive feedback, it was rolled out to about 350 locations, kind of fanning out from Chicago in March of 1991. So if you were in close proximity to Chicago, you may have had the opportunity to get this. In 1993, Boston did basically the same thing to honor Larry Bird. Their sandwich, that McDonald's sandwich, was called the Big 33. Question 5. A 2016 augmented reality mobile game, part of the Pokemon franchise, that uses mobile device GPS to locate, capture, train, and battle virtual Pokemon. What's the name of that game? Pokemon Go. That game has grossed over $6 billion. Question 6. An animated series about the adventures of crime-fighting half-man, half-sharks. It originally aired from 1994 to 1997. The show promoted a line of action figures by Mattel. What was the name of this show and toy? Street Sharks. In 1995, Street Sharks did a promotion with Taco Bell where kids could get these little Street Shark toys as part of their kids' meal, the little prize. Question 7. A soft drink brand produced by PepsiCo, introduced in 1995, known as the first energy drink ever produced by a major U.S. beverage company. It was marketed as a high-energy drink with guarana and caffeine. The slogan, "Better do the good stuff now." In 1995, this drink was discontinued. What was it called? Josta. Josta.
Round 2.
Our second round today is a music round. Here we go. Question 1. I'll be back in the high life again. All the doors I closed one time will open up again. What artist gave us the mid-'80s hit Back in the High Life Again? Question 2. This singer and actor, whose birth name is David Johansen, is the frontman of the band New York Dolls. As an actor, he's known for playing the ghost of Christmas Past in the 1988 movie Scrooged. In 1987, he scored a big hit with his version of the song Hot, Hot, Hot. What pseudonym was this guy going by when he released the song Hot, Hot, Hot? Question 3. Melanie Chisholm, or Mel C, was a member of the Spice Girls. What was her Spice Girls nickname? Question 4. Here I am, so alone, and there's nothing in this world I can do until you're back here, baby. What group gave us the 1999 song Back Here? Question 5. The first time I looked into your eyes, I cried. Do you remember the first time we fell in love? You looked into my eyes, wiped the tears away. The first time when we fell in love. The song with these lyrics is called The First Time. And for 2 weeks in 1991, it was the #1 song on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. What R&B group gave us this song? Question 6. Set the Night to Music was recorded first by Starship for their 1987 album No Protection, which became a pretty big hit. Someone else released a version of it in 1991, and it too became a pretty big hit. That second version was done by a female vocalist and featured Maxi Priest. What female artist gave us that 1991 version of Set the Night to Music? Question 7. What group gave us the 1982 soft rock hit, Even the Nights Are Better? That's going to wrap up the music round. Here come your next 7 answers. Question 1, I'll be back in the high life again. All the doors I closed one time will open up again. What artist gave us the mid-'80s hit Back in the High Life Again? Steve Winwood. Question 2, this singer and actor whose birth name is David Johansen is the frontman of the band New York Dolls. As an actor, he's known for playing the ghost of Christmas Past in the 1988 movie Scrooged. In 1987, he scored a hit with his version of the song Hot, Hot, Hot. What pseudonym was he going by when he released the song Hot, Hot, Hot? Buster Poindexter. Question 3, Melanie Chisholm, or Mel C, was a member of the Spice Girls. What was her Spice Girls nickname? Sporty Spice. Question 4, here I am, so alone, and there's nothing in this world I can do until you're back here, baby. What group gave us the 1999 song Back Here? BB Mac. Bet you haven't heard the name BB Mac in a while. Question 5. The first time I looked into your eyes, I cried. Do you remember the first time we fell in love? You looked into my eyes, wiped the tears away the first time when we fell in love. These are lyrics to a song called The First Time, which for 2 weeks in 1991 was the #1 song on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. What R&B group gave us The First Time? Surface. They were an R&B trio out of New Jersey. That might not ring a bell. Trust me, you've heard the song 500 times, but probably not in 30 years. Question 6, Set the Night to Music was recorded first by Starship for their 1987 album No Protection. It became a pretty big hit. Someone else then released a version of it in 1991, and it too became a pretty big hit. That second version was done by a female vocalist, and it featured Maxi Priest. What female artist gave us that 1991 version of Set the Night to Music? So it was Who featuring Maxi Priest. Roberta Flack. Question 7. What group gave us the 1982 soft rock hit, Even the Nights Are Better? Air Supply. Such a great song. The music video was filmed at Coney Island, like so many music videos have been over the years. And it was the summer of 1982 when that song was peaking on the Billboard charts. It's it's just a feel-good song. It almost makes me feel like I'm listening to an 80s sitcom theme song, and I just love it. Even the Nights Are Better, Air Supply. Another one to look up when you're done with today's episode.
Round 3.
Closing out the show with a movie round. Here we go. Final 7 questions. Question 1. Ingrid Thorburn is a lonely and mentally unstable young woman in Pennsylvania who has recently returned home after a stay at a recovery facility. She'd been seeking treatment after an incident in which she stalked an Instagram influencer and pepper sprayed her at her wedding. This film is from 2017 and it's called Ingrid Goes West. My question to you is, who starred as Ingrid? Question 2. Brian O'Halloran is an actor famous for playing what character in the movie Clerks? Question 3. In what 2019 film did Margot Robbie play Sharon Tate? Question 4. Name the character played by Bill Paxton in Weird Science. Question 5. A character named Josh Baskin gets a job at the Macmillan Toy Company in what 1988 film? Question 6. The song Soul to Squeeze from Red Hot Chili Peppers is from what movie soundtrack? Here's a hint. It's a comedy film that hit theaters in the summer of 1993. What movie soundtrack is Soul to Squeeze from? Question 7. A 1987 film classified as a Western revenge story in a contemporary setting about 3 punk rockers from New York City who attempt to make their way to California. While one is murdered by a vicious gang, the 2 survivors find themselves as fish out of water as they pursue the murderer from Arizona to Montana. The film starred John Cryer, Dan Roebuck, Catherine Mary Stewart, and Lee Ving. Name the film. And that's going to do it for round number 3. Final answers. Here we go. Question 1. Ingrid Thorburn is a lonely, mentally unstable young woman in Pennsylvania who has recently returned home after a stay at a recovery facility. She had been seeking treatment after an incident in which she stalked an Instagram influencer and pepper sprayed her at her wedding. This film is from 2017 and it's called Ingrid Goes West. Who starred as Ingrid? Aubrey Plaza. Question 2. Brian O'Halloran is an actor famous for playing what character in the movie Clerks? Dante. Dante Hicks, to be exact. Question 3. In what 2019 film did Margot Robbie play Sharon Tate? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. One of my favorite movies of the last decade. Question 4. Name the character played by Bill Paxton in Weird Science. Chet. Question 5. A character named Josh Baskin gets a job at the Macmillan Toy Company in what 1988 film? Big. Question 6. The song Soul to Squeeze from Red Hot Chili Peppers is from what movie soundtrack? Your hint, it was a comedy that hit theaters in the summer of 93. The answer is Coneheads. And question 7, I feel like this one's kind of a deep cut. A 1987 film classified as a Western revenge story in a contemporary setting. It was about 3 punk rockers from New York City who attempt to make their way to California. While one of them is murdered by a vicious gang, the 2 survivors find themselves as fish out of water as they pursue the murderer from Arizona to Montana. The film starred John Cryer, Dan Roebuck, Catherine Mary Stewart, and Lee Ving. Name the film. That movie was called Dudes. Well, I hope you've enjoyed these last 24 minutes together as we remind ourselves about some songs that we used to hear in the car and some movies that we used to see on the shelves of the video store. And that's what we do here. We play a little trivia game and we remember these cool things from the past. It's America's Pop Culture Trivia Show. I'm Joe Parisi. Online, you can find me at Joe Parisi VO. I'll go make up some more questions and we'll get another episode out to you ASAP. Appreciate you guys. See ya.
America's Pop Culture Trivia Show with Joe Parisi.